Mike. I just wanted to, this is the last call. Say goodbye.
Thank you.
Enjoyed calling you over the years and arguing with you about A-Rod.
Mm-hmm.
I was right every time, obviously.
What was your point exactly every time?
I don't even remember, honestly. I'm just joking
Either
around.
way, yeah. He wasn't any good? Is that the point?
No. It was more about the whole.
About the steroid thing? Okay.
Yeah. And just him going into the studio and lying over and over again. That's all.
Yeah, he did.
But
you know what? He did. I think he's done a good job with his life since then. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And you know what? I don't know how you guys who look at a sport where hundreds of players did steroids and always zero in on one guy. I mean, hundreds of guys who did steroids. Hundreds.
Well, I mean, not to drag on about this, but that guy played in New York and he was in your studio. So
you don't think there were other guys who played? What team did you root for?
New York Yankees.
And you give back the games where guys who hit steroids?
No, I never said that.
What about when Giambi hit 2 home runs in his Game 7 in 2003? Did you give that game back?
Was Jason Giambi in your studio lying to you?
But you okay with his steroid use or no?
I didn't. It's not that, Mike. I'm not even calling about that.
Okay, so my point is, it always comes back to him and steroid use, though. Only him. Never hear anybody bring up anybody except him when it comes to steroid use.
I will sign a document saying that I'm against all steroid use.
Okay.
If that, okay.
I just wondered why you never brought up any other players. That's all.
Well, okay, forget this.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
So
the point is, you got a problem with A-Rod. We got to that. Go. What's the next point?
I was gonna, sort of kiss the rings here.
You don't have to.
Questions,
it's okay. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. Eric in Hoboken. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Mike, really thanks for everything. I'll spare you, the whole thing, but you've been great all the whole time. But
Thank you.
Just one quick thing. I'm in the esports industry, actually the media as well, and you're really right on point. Now that's a direct threat, and they're almost forming a new media for that industry as it is.
Yeah, it's going to take time now. This is not going to be tomorrow.
But my main point is, so this change in the rule in golf the other day. How callers can no longer call in rules violations. I agree with you. But a lot of times these guys are out there. There's not officials on top of every single one of these guys.
You guys don't even have a right to interfere. I'm sorry.
I tend to agree with you.
It's wrong-headed. It is not done in any sport. It is no way should anybody be able to legislate. You know what? Before there was television of every event, there was nobody out there either. So the idea that someone's supposed to have an eye on every inch of the grounds of the golf course is utter nonsense. And I have always been offended that people were able to, from their living room, impact the sporting event.
I completely agree with you. I always thought it was, borderline unnecessary. But, there was times where, it affected the outcome of tournaments when there were guys that were kind of trying to skate on some things when they knew they were wrong. But, that comes with the territory, and it comes with the attitude of the sport of just doing the right thing. So I'm glad you agree with me. And,
let the players do the right. Listen, I think players, for the most part, do the right thing.
That's what the game is. That's what the game is based on.
It is based on that, and this idea that they see something that a guy didn't even know he did or anything like that, and then after the round's over, to take away a couple of strokes or cost somebody a tournament. I always felt that was offensive. I really did. I'm glad that can't happen anymore. I've always felt it was extremely wrong-headed for golf to get involved with that. Really did. I'm glad to see that's the case. I really am. Mo in Norwalk, Connecticut. What's up, Mo?
Hey, Mike, man, thank you so much. I just appreciate everything you did. Wherever you go next, best believe I'm going to be there.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
I had a question about LeBron. I know you're a fan of his, and I'm just wanting to get your take
on the court. I mean, on the court, I'm not really,
Yeah, of course.
I'm talking about the basketball player. I think on the court, he has been a joy to watch. I think he is an amazing athlete.
So it got me thinking. I was curious to know what your top 5 all-time is, and just kind of
in what sport?
In basketball.
In basketball,
so what's your pantheon?
The problem is you want to make it a playable team, or do you throw the?
What's the top 5? Like if it was a draft,
Well, I can take both Russell and Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm taking those two. Honestly, if I'm going to take 5 guys, if I'm playing for my life,
right?
Okay.
Aliens come down and they
that's it. And I got to play for my life. I'm playing with Russell, Chamberlain, Jordan, LeBron, and Larry Bird. I'll take those 5 for my life. For my life.
No Shaq, huh?
No, not in that league. Shaq doesn't get on that team.
Do you think he's going to be able to get the MVP this year, or
MVP
he's
of
been
what?
putting up some pretty crazy numbers, LeBron, for the NBA.
Do I think LeBron will get the MVP? No,
Yeah.
I don't think he's motivated to get the MVP regular season anymore. I don't think he will. I think somebody will come up and take it away, whether it's one of the younger guys who's scoring a lot of points. I don't think he's motivated enough to get the MVP for the regular season. I really don't. I think he wants to worry about the postseason. I don't think it's something that he needs to do is get himself the regular season MVP. But I think Jordan, LeBron. Now, listen, I'm squeezing Kareem there because I didn't want to put 3 centers on my team. Kareem would be the other guy of those 5. And if I could add a 6th guy, it would be either Oscar or Magic. I mean, that would be the 6th guy. Or you can give me Jerry West. I'll be very happy, too. But I'm taking Jordan and LeBron. I'm taking Russell and Chamberlain. I'm taking Chamberlain for his brute force and his size. I'm taking Russell for his defense. I'm taking Jordan and LeBron for obvious reasons. And then you can give me the 5th guy. I took Bird for his shooting and his toughness. Dan in Brooklyn. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
What's happening?
Wishing you continued success.
Thank you.
In your endeavors.
Thank you.
I'd just kind of like to get your definitive, honest opinion on the Patriots dynasty. I think you might have sold them a little short over the years, and I'm completely biased that way.
How would you like me to, define it in what way?
Well, define it in terms of, how they stack up against all the dynasties over time.
They're a legitimate dynasty. They've won like a dynasty. But to me, I don't think dynasties are easily comparable. They're in a different era of football now than other eras. Football is very different now than it was.
Would you say that possibly this era, because of the enforced parity and the salary cap, maybe it's even harder that they have to sustain success?
I don't think so. I think it's probably. I think they've been able to keep the culture of the quarterback and the coach, which are the 2 most important ingredients, together and hungry, and having those 2 lends you to a stability that the rest of the league doesn't have. So I actually think it actually makes it probably easier. So from the standpoint of the other teams can't be as concentrated because of the cap, so that it allows a team that is very strong and remains strong, meaning that you have a central figure in Belichick, a central figure in Brady. Those are the 2 most important figures on any team. The fact that those 2 are at the top of their game and there for a very long time allows them a strength that other teams don't have, and the other teams can't keep their rosters together for obvious reasons. There's a transitory nature to the sport now, created for parity reasons with the salary cap and things like that, and the free agent movement of players, which tends you away from dynasties. So from that standpoint, you can't stockpile talent, and they have it at the 2 most pivotal positions, which is why they've won as much as they have. But I'll tell you, they've been a little fortunate because them getting to Super Bowls, nobody can even debate. But let's be honest, if not for what I look at, I'll tell you this, if you let me have the reins of those 2 games at a given point, like give the ball to Marshawn Lynch and let me pick up the game with 3 minutes left with 25-point lead, and the Pats are going to be 3-4 in the Super Bowl, not 5-2.
Fair enough. They've also lost some close ones.
Which one did they lose? Which one did they lose on the last play?
If you're looking at a helmet catch, I'm looking at a missed interception.
But those were not one-play games or anything like that.
Every game will hinge on a play or 2.
Well, but the fair point is those teams. Eli Manning in that game, when we talk about that catch, went 9 for 14 for 152 yards, and twice took the lead in that 4th quarter. So it's not like it was one play that won that game. There was one play, but you know what? They still moved the ball the entire quarter. So he was good the entire quarter. So to me, these 2 games are games they really, let's be honest, their coaches had to make really bonehead moves for them to lose these games. But Pats won them. So they're 5-2, not 3-4. That's the way sports works. Absolutely true. So that's fair. But I look at it that way. So maybe it should be Win one, lose one, who knows? The point is they didn't. They're 5-2. So they've had an incredible run. And just getting to 7 Super Bowls is an incredible achievement in itself, is an incredible run of consistency. And even as important is the fact that they never don't win double-digit games. Every single year they win double-digit games, which is utterly remarkable. Big treat coming up for you guys.